Here we are. You good, brother? Welcome back, everyone, to the YouTube channel. Last video you should have seen was us tearing these cars up. We're tired. We stayed up really late last night working on Colby's car. Do not use copper exhaust manifold gaskets on a 4.6 Mustang. It's just not worth it.
It's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea. I bought this piece of junk. It's awful. You can see it just... We don't care about the body though. I got this out of Texas. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for it. I'm on a budget. I paid 1,200 bones for the whole thing as it sits. And it even came with some goodies, which aren't really goodies because I can't use most of any of it. But there's a super cool gauge in there that I want to steal, and little trim pieces, and the most important thing is I need the frame out of this car. I didn't know that when I got my car. I think the guy was aware of it and maybe was just a little less informative letting me know, but my frame was bent, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure out why. I could never get the steering right. The alignment shop could never get the steering right. While the engine mounts had to be adjusted, welded, put where they go. I thought maybe it was just kind of old, a little warped, a little not straight, but it's pretty bad. I found the spot on the frame that they tried to hide, and it's really bad.
You want to show them that spot? I mean,
we
we haven't ever really looked at it, so.
We can try to see it. It's hard to see from the top. You really need to see it from the bottom. It'd be better to show you on the lift, but the car
just kind of give y'all an idea.
Was hit on the passenger side on this wheel, and it hit the frame in the horn where it curves down there.
So right down there where the curve goes towards the outside of the car, it curves back in and goes straight, and this whole front side right here is pushed in.
So we can't show you, but just imagine this curve here, how thick this is. On the bottom on this side, it's the correct thickness. On that side, it looks like this. I mean, it was crushed probably 2 inches, which then pulled the geometry off, I think about a ½ inch from firewall to grill, just slightly. I've been kind of working around it. I was honestly just trying to figure out a way in a budget to not swap the frame, but it's just not possible. Whether I cut quarter of the frame off and the engine belly there and try to make one piece work, it was one thing. I looked forever for a frame. These frames are hard to find. It's a 68 to 72 A body, excluding Camaros. Those are a little thinner. The Monte Carlos had a little longer wheelbase by 1 inch or 2. It was a longer car. This car here is pretty rotted.
Nah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's actually really solid. I'm gonna save it.
It's a survivor car.
Only bad part is the rear portion of this frame is also not good. However, it stops 6 inches back, and it's good. It's fine. And this isn't much of a structural piece anyways. It's got body mounts, but it's really just the tail end of everything. There's no suspension geometry based off of it. So what I'm gonna do, plan is to rip the body off of this car, sell any good piece, because I hate to scrap pieces that somebody else like me could use. Like this whole taillight bracket here is really expensive. I cut that out, sell it. Somebody could do something with it. I'm gonna save this frame by using the front half of it and the back half of my frame, make some Z cuts, do some fish plating, and make one frame out of 2, because these frames are hard to find and really expensive, and I am poor. That's what we're gonna do. So on this episode, I don't know how far we'll get. We're tired. We're gonna push this car off the trailer, lift the body off, and just get a good overview of the frame. I haven't had it in the air yet. I was laying in grass yesterday trying to get a good view of it. I know everything from the front grille to this rear tire is great, but what I don't know yet, other than this being destroyed, is if the shock towers are still good. Where the springs go in, they like to rot there on A-bodies. But a lot of this car's savable. Even this rear cowl panel, usually they're gone on the inside corners. The A-pillars are still okay. The roof is decent. The windows are good. And look, my broken mirror can finally be replaced with this one, and it still has the control on the door panel. So
Nice.
super excited about that. And the rear view looks better than mine, a little chromy. And I'm gonna take this hood and cut a cowl hood out of it. And after I raise it, I'm gonna take skin off of the fenders to finish it off, so I don't have to cut up my true Ram Air 3 hood, and I got a good hood. So to me, it was worth the bones.
This is kind of like
as long as
when
frame.
Joe Dirt pulled up in the other car, like, you know.
Yeah, my footprint gas pedals being installed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it doesn't look like anything, but
It's good. It's good. That's
it's
solid.
in great shape.
That's solid. I think this is a restored. Look, it's not bad under there though.
Look, it's already LS swapped.
Yeah, invisible
That's really
boatmobile
not.
motor.
Looks pretty good though.
This is originally an AC car, which was cool. So if I ever actually get AC, I'll take the control panel off the dash and it goes from heat to AC. So that'll be cool.
Nice, nice.
I can't use this valence. Mine's GTO swapped. It's got the bigger marker lights. I don't really need the fenders. I don't need any of the quarters. I need little trim pieces, little chrome and door handles. My paint body work's done. Shout out to After Hours, by the way. All right, let's get this thing off the trailer.
All right, let's do it.
It's like a $1,200 unboxing video.
Like, what did we get?
It's a mystery box.
Mystery box.
When we open it, is the frame going to be worth $1,200 or is it going to be just destroyed?
Did we get the ray gun or not? Look, it has a bumper now.
Good as new. Just a little
Rust falls out of it.
whole thing shaped.
It's probably gonna be heavy with all this junk in it, but
So I think if we spin from the wheel here
yeah.
and then just aim.
Yeah. Now,
You're ready.
all right, that worked.
Oh, hang on. We got to steer it. Ooh, too far left. Perfect. Oh, a little steerage.
Yep. Coming back.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's just there.
It's just
Okay.
there. It's just hanging out.
All right. Another hood for the living room.
Yeah.
Suspension on it.
Oh, yeah. Reuse that.
Yeah. The exhaust is still there.
2-inch. We can use that. Good 50-year-old condenser. Probably still good, huh?
Yeah, you gotta bend the fins on it though.
That's fine. That's so it heats up faster.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, look, somebody sawzalled the sway bar there.
Oh, yeah.
They just super chopped it.
So too bad you just bought a new booster. We could have used this one.
Yeah, it looks brand new. Look how smooth it. Look how good the frame looks. This is where mine's bent.
Yeah.
Like really bad.
Yeah, it does look really good right there.
Mine's smashed right there in that curve where this tire came up and made her way skinnier than she should be. Really, I don't even think I want to put this on the lift as in frame and get it up and look at it. I'd rather it be like a mystery box.
Yeah, like just pull the body off and
Yeah,
see
like
what we see.
Unbolt the body mounts and lift the body off. And if the body collapses because
That's
there's nowhere to
even
put
better,
it, yeah, it'd
really.
be hilarious.
Can we just take it apart in pieces?
Yeah. We're going to show you how to disassemble a
So
custom
this
S
is
with
the
a
prize.
Sawzall.
This is the prize we got in the bottom of our cereal box. We're
Cracker
gonna
Jacks.
rebuild it now.
Yeah, welcome back to the Resto channel where we're going to completely rebuild this to go to the world of wheels. Just kidding. Don't ever quote me. Let me find out what size these body mount bushings are and we'll just hammer them home.
You gonna take them off and then put the lift on here?
Yeah, it'll just sit.
Saying that, like, is there spots to put the lift
I don't know
arms
yet.
under?
We might just create a hole in the side of the door and lift the whole thing up. No body mount there.
What about-
Should be one right there.
You just take the whole front clip off, huh?
No. Just let
Or
it
just
hang.
leave that
Yeah.
with everything else?
Yeah, pick the whole.
Okay.
Well, no.
Because this is all,
The core support's going through. Well, that's not cool.
I mean, barely.
Pull on the bottom. Does it come out? Like if we lifted it? Oh!
I got it!
Perfect! That worked out great.
Yeah, it ought to clear now by the time we pick up on.
Honestly, this core support isn't worth donating to somebody that has an
I
A-body.
mean-
it's pretty rotted.
It depends on what they have.
I mean, yeah, if theirs is
If theirs
cut
is
in half,
worse than this is a good one.
that was easy. That saved us 3 hours right there. All right.
This is nice.
some body mounts.
I love old cars.
Oh, I don't think there's a bolt in it anymore. Is there one in any of it?
Hear me out. Oh, no, never mind. I can't
Yeah.
pick up right there.
Let that hang out.
Yeah, let me leave that where it's at. Are we bolted anywhere?
Oh, no bolt. Okay. This might be really easy. We might just test the tensile strength of whatever's left.
The two rusted bolts that are still hanging on? Pick a side, brother.
Pick a side.
You going with the body or the frame?
We're about to just lift on the body, I think, because I don't see.
I mean, it's probably just sitting down on here.
Sit down on it.
There's a couple little cables here and there, but they'll come off.
I think where the body valves used to be, the bolts fell off. You want to just lift it and see what happens?
I mean, yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of what I want to do.
cool. Let's do it.
I mean, there's more weight on the frame than there is on the body right now.
Oh, see, here's the problem. We're gonna have to skim the frame real close right here
To not
grab it, because the frame is next to it right here, whereas it's not over there.
talking about on the front.
Yeah, on the front. So I'll probably just have you come up.
Yeah, I mean, I say come on up right there.
All right, well,
I mean, this isn't going to be ideal, but
the phone just did a cartwheel. Stop this. Oh!
Huh?
Hang on. I gotta fix the camera. It's going all goofy on me. Bam. All right, let's just rip it off.
I think that's what it's doing.
This is great. This is great.
What's hooked up in the back?
Something that's not about to be.
Trying to see what's holding it.
It looks like it's everything.
Watch your toes and fingers. I'm gonna give her a little.
Yeah. Oh, it's our strap.
Oh. Don't do this at home, kids.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
That was way easier than I thought it would be.
All right, you good to come up here?
Hang on.
Oh, there went the bolt. Hell yeah.
Come up here. Well. I think it's a fuel line. We should probably
Cut it.
Oh, big strong man.
Break.
The crustiest fuel line on the planet, and it's still good.
We're gonna reuse that.
Yeah, that's a good part. Save that. To the moon. All right. Spark brake cable. Give her the snap. Oh! You moved so quick. You'd have totally gotten out of the way if it was something serious.
I mean,
right. Yeah. A how-to, right?
How-to.
We're done. See you in the next video.
all right, guys.
Dude, actually, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it really does. That was way easier than I thought.
Yeah. What's most important to me is that obviously all this is good. The mounts or the welds here to go. They like to crack first, and they look pretty solid. Even if they weren't, I could weld them, which they're kind of crusty, but that's cool.
I mean, but this is the main.
Yeah, so on mine, now that we have a better view.
You know what? This one isn't even as crinkled as yours is either. Like, look how straight.
Yeah, like the holes
these
here,
are.
That's something else I looked at. There's a little hump where they put a jack before, like just lifting the car up.
Yeah.
But other than that, like you can see it right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of got a little curve to it. That's not bad. I'm gonna box most of this. So the important part is that mine right here is like this thin. All of this got crunched. So this hole isn't even a hole. It's just like right here. So you got from like my finger back on frame. I'll probably put a pass over everything just to be safe.
I mean, yeah. We should make a big go-kart out of this.
Just put the engine and a seat back in it.
That'd be badass.
Dude, this thing is done.
Oh, this thing is cooked.
Oh my. I don't know if this was a salt car or if it was just tall grass being wet every morning on it.
Yeah, this thing is cooked.
See, it did have a body mount bolt here.
It did.
It just pulled right through whatever.
That was the only one it had.
So this is the part that mattered most to me to look at because these like to rot.
This frame looks pretty good.
Yeah, like it's relatively solid.
Like, I mean, there's surface rust like any other old car, but
yeah, I mean, it's 50 years old.
I don't
but look,
see
I
any-
mean, even the trans mount is still good.
I don't see any holes in it where there shouldn't be holes other than back here.
Here.
And this is what we were talking about earlier, maybe starting at this mount
Yeah.
and just cutting there. And then if you measured from your mount to here, you would know
Right.
how much to cut.
Probably going to end up getting a tall measurement from this center of this hole to the center of that body mount.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll know that, geographically it needs to be here. And realistically, I was going to say cut center hole, just so we know we cut center hole on the other one. And we're relatively
I
lined
think
up. I don't feel like that would be a solid.
center holes aren't even lined up because this thing is cut. Man, they're having to measure shock tower
Yeah.
down or something and getting shock tower to a certain spot, and it may not line up,
Yeah.
but that would give you an equal amount on either side.
Realistically, all that matters is that this hole and this hole line
Are
back
these
up where
air
they go.
shocks?
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
The lines are missing.
Yeah.
Somebody put something into this car at one point because, oh my God, that looks so bad.
You can see daylight through every bit of the bottom of the car.
Like one owner, super solid, $5,700. I know what I have.
Yeah. I mean, but realistically, if you weren't able to do something like this, I mean, other than these fenders, you really won't be able to get under it and see all this. Like, this is kind of something you just buy into and then go, damn, I need floor pans, or I need a trunk lid, or...
Yeah, but surely from the top you'd have seen enough. I'm like, obviously rockers,
I mean,
gone.
yeah.
You'd have seen that. You'd have looked in the fender wells and seen trunk, gone.
Yeah.
Floor pans on the inside, gone. Unless they had carpet in it. I mean, there's
Yeah.
definitely some people that would have fallen for this as a decent car, and that's what would have sucked. Like
Yeah.
me, when I got tricked into buying one with a bent frame.
Actually, these wheels don't look that bad.
I'm going to keep them for burnouts.
Fresh set of burnout tires?
Yeah, I'm going to destroy all 4 of these on the rear of the GTO. 100%. The most important part is the steering geometry and
Yeah, everything
all
up
of
front
this.
looks mint, honestly.
And that's what I saw, and that's the pictures he was sending me. This guy was super cool, and he was super honest. I said, look, dude, I just got scammed on a bad frame. I'm really not looking forward to getting into another bad frame. You know, could you send me some pictures, some close-ups on the frame, you know, as far as you can get into it? Because I know it was in a field. He had a bunch of cars. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll get you what I can. So right here, there's a hole. As you can see, she's starting to go. And that's a thick part of the boxed frame, though. That can be plated. I can cut a square into that, plate that.
I think once we get it stripped, sand it down really good,
Yeah.
we'll be able to really see where the low spots are and where it's...
Really, I'm just ecstatic picking it up that this is savable. I was honestly really terrified that I was going to have to cut the
basically
frame
back half
here.
the car.
Yeah. Or, you know, in this weld and then grab my frame from that end backwards. And I don't want to cut this box out that they folded over and welded there from the factory. I didn't want to have to adjust all of that. That would have been some serious fab work. This is a couple welds, a couple fish plates. It doesn't hold any structural weight. So I'm super excited about that.
You want to roll this out of the way first, lower the body down and get the body out, or...
Well, the problem is all this junk in the boat. So realistically, I might save that for tomorrow, and then today leave this hanging and strip this. All we're gonna do is, number one, we're gonna get in here with some cutters, cut all the brake lines just out of our way, rip them off. A couple 13s for the clamps, and then we hit these 2 bolts and hit it with a pry bar and let the whole front end swing off with the spring. Do the same thing on the other side. Then one single bolt there, one single bolt there, whole front suspension comes off in a piece.
We need to buy some of those 4-wheel caster things, put on each corner so we can roll this thing around.
Oh, that'd be great. Realistically, when we're done and we strip all this off, like I'm gonna leave the tires on the rear end so we can just roll it out. Once all this is stripped,
Well, that's what I was saying. Really, we could wait. We could do the suspension last. That way it can roll. We'll get all the brake lines, exhaust, all this other little stuff off.
That's not a bad idea, honestly.
And then leave it rolling for right now until we're able to roll it in here and actually go down to just the frame. And then at that point, you're sanding, painting.
Yeah, I mean, I can wire wheel around everything.
Because, I mean, we can leave the tires on and do everything else we need to do. We can get this exhaust off the lines.
That looks thin either. I was kind of worried about that.
Yeah,
Where the
man,
bolts come through.
it all looks pretty solid. Like I said, whenever we get when we put a buffing wheel on it,
Yeah.
we'll really be able to find all the thin spots. But
How about start cutting a few things off, lines, loose brake lines, rubber, all the bullshit, anything you can snip. I'll pull my truck out of the way, and then when we get the exhaust off and some other little piddly things, we'll push it outside and hit it with the blower
yeah, we can do that.
and just knock some of the heavier stuff off. All right. I'm gonna set you up here.
I might just get a cutoff wheel.
I'm gonna start right here on the exhaust. I have it pointed here.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You know what, Bo? I might grab the 13 and the 10 and just start busting loose all the little things.
Dude, check out these exhaust hangers. It's like some old school, like rubber. It's like a rubber mat that they cut a square out of. Put 2 bolt holes through it.
I mean,
it works.
it works.
I mean, I'm not hating.
I'm not hating. Can't put no hate on their game. They got her did.
Right.
Oh,
That
man.
smelled like really old fuel.
You're cutting fuel lines.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's not going to have enough in there to blow up.
I mean, yeah, it's probably paint thinner by now.
Yeah.
Save that. It's pretty nifty, man.
Yeah.
Like somebody worked on this car. This wasn't just like granny owned 10-mile car.
Granny owned.
Yeah, like it didn't just.
What is that?
I don't. It's
Just a puke bag
it's
for
its
it?
manhood. Leave it alone. It wasn't just like owned once, drove, parked, and then died. Like this was worked on at one point. It's got air shocks. You know, obviously those are gone, put on a long time ago. There's blue poopy here. So like the rear end was drained, the fluid was changed at one point, and it doesn't look super old. I mean, it still has color. What's in here?
It was a car at some point.
There's mysteries in here. Little
bit of
50-year-old clippy
clippage.
there. Yeah.
Pop that rig up out of there.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So, this probably isn't a bad rear end to have either.
No, it's super good. I mean, it's only a 10 bolt. And if I'm shredding 10 bolts, this one's not going to last much longer than any one I blow up. I'm going to buy a built 12 bolt. But
it's cool to have another
yeah,
one.
in the meantime, like if I don't have the monies to just order a built 12 bolt, then I'll have an extra 10 bolt just to throw in the car and just have there.
Side rail's all cleaned up so far.
Taking some extra bolts and
You know.
nests out.
Front looks great. I'd put them gloves on.
Bam!
Yep. See how easy it comes out? Off with the sway bar.
Oh. All right.
Sweet.
Heck
How
yeah.
you feeling about this?
I feel much better. I feel much better knowing that most of the frame is solid. That
Yeah.
Any rotted part is either unnecessary structurally, or like you can see through here, maybe.
Yeah, a little
Get that little angle.
little bottom action.
There's a little hole there.
See some light through there.
Yeah. Get a little flip.
You know, it's
Put a
got
little
some,
patch.
She needs a little bit.
But
It's all right, though.
realistically, so we got that hole.
Got all this junk off of it.
We got this one, which seems to get solid right here. So we know that. This, I am blown away. This little pocket here
Yeah.
likes to hold water. That's where they rot. So the backside of these spring towers always rot. The shock mounts where they go through, they like to bust through. The welds on the corner here usually get pretty bad, which that's actually a little thin. We might do some serious welding there.
Mm-hmm.
There was still a bolt in that one. I think there was two. I think there was that one, this one, because this one stayed attached. So
Easy.
that's the rear windshield chrome trim. Save that. You know, roll this unit outside, throw the junk in the back of the green truck, and roll it back in.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as it doesn't run away.
I don't think it will. Yeah, just put the park brake on like that.
Oh yeah. Lock the park brake in.
Yeah. Usually I keep it in the little pump up spray bottle, but it's empty, so I think
This
we're
is
out.
degreaser.
Oh, oven cleaner?
Yeah.
I mean, that does strip.
There's just not a lot in there. We can spray what we can on it. Let it
Alright.
sit.
Let's do it.
What you doing? This is a big back in its natural habitat.
Yeah. And here,
Alright.
we can see a bigger back. You got to pay extra to see those. Make sure we save these drum brakes so we can reuse them.
Oh, that oven cleaner's doing work.
It really is. it's pretty mint. I'm actually impressed. I thought this was gonna be way worse on the tail end and be way more work. Bo in there's putting up the power washer. You're doing a great job. Some holage here, which I'm gonna beat most of that out, take a Dremel, clean as much as I can, get me a solid shape, and then steal some from that frame. And this obviously is just cooked. It's done, it's bent. So I'm gonna take right from like here back. That leaves me real square, something like really boxed in right there. Look, there's still junk in there, like a pile of just crust. It's so hard to get out.
Something lived in there.
Yeah. Little hole here, same place, which is weird. I wonder why. It looks like right there's where the stitch weld is for the box.
Yeah, and it's the same hole on the other side.
Yeah, like I think maybe because this part was further in than this part, you know, overlapped. There was just a ledge in there for moisture to sit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just came, water ran down this and just came out, sat.
I mean, to be fair, these welds from back in the day just weren't.
Oh, they suck.
They were doing the best they could with probably an AC welder.
I mean, yeah. But, I mean, the shock towers aren't blown out. The spring towers aren't blown out. None of these are really common for breaking the welds because these flexed. So I'm going to try to box these in a little better. But those are pretty solid. The boxes in here, they like to rot out and they're solid. So
yeah, it's cool that this piece is good because I feel like the side to side geometry, like getting the frame straight.
Oh yeah.
You know, that kind of goes with the front engine cradle.
Yeah.
That all kind of locks it. Otherwise you just have two rails, you know, like you don't know.
That's the two most important parts.
Yeah.
The rails can be like, even if I blocked it all up, chopped that in half and cut a piece out of it and put a new piece on the inside, I could get my straight measurement from body line hole to there and get the same one here and make sure it was the same. Yeah, the most important part. Cradle.
A grade 8 bolt.
Grade 8, yes. Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, somebody worked on this.
Yeah, but that's brand new. That's like brand new. Like that dude that I got it from probably put that in there so that it would roll. But
which is cool of him.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, solid guy for what we were just explaining. Solid guy for selling us this for a good deal, knowing that it was going to go on a car that was going to run and drive.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
like, look, I lowball people, but I do it fairly.
Right.
Like I'm like, that's not worth $4,000, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe $2,500. I'll show up with
like
Benjamin
I'm not
Blues.
trying to cut you out of, you know, your 40 cars that you have, but
But this dude, dude, he was asking $2,000. I messaged him. I was like, man, I got $1,000 in blues. I'll show up with a trailer tomorrow. Because there's lowballing, and then there's lowballing and not showing up. Because people, like, I give you $500. You're like, all right, fine. And then you don't ever hear back from him.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna lowball you and offer you cash, I'm giving you what I can afford. I will come to you right now.
Right.
And I'll give you this money.
Spend my fuel.
And the dude was super cool. He was asking $2,000. I said, man, would you take 1,000? You know, like I'm just on a budget. I'm trying to get a frame. Is the frame okay? Would you take 1,000? He's like, give me $1,200. We'll call it a deal. I had to go to Tulsa to get it. Deal, man. You got it.
Yeah.
I'll work with you. And he worked with me. Super cool guy. I hope he watches this video. I want to send him the link to the YouTube. This is as far as we got. It's Super Bowl Sunday, so
yeah,
I have plans. He has plans. We got a lot further, honestly, than I expected us to, because the plan was something different. The plan's always something different than we ever get done or accomplish. It's either more or less every time. Like, we don't ever plan something and it goes that way. But we wanted the body off, and that was way faster. So we had no body mounts, so that went way smoother than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, I mean, it literally just ripped off of there. Like,
yeah, that's the lesson from today. Buy extremely rotted cars. They come apart way easier.
Yeah, if the bottom looks like this,
that's what you want.
You're in great shape.
You're in great shape. So, frame's good. I'm really pleased with it. I don't regret what I paid for it. I think I got a really fair deal. I think the guy was super cool. He was really honest. He got his best pictures as he could of it, and what he took pictures of is what we found. He found the damage for us and let us know what it looked like, and we got a car. Chloe's here, and we're gonna do something really sketchy. As you can see, chain plus big truck plus piece of junk, and I don't have any room to put it. I'm not moving my boat, and I don't want to squeeze it through all that junk anyway. So we're gonna put it over there, where it can die for the rest of its days until I steal the windows out of it because I did something stupid. All right, here's the plan. Here we are. You good, brother?
Bro, that worked out so much better than I thought it was going to.
Look at the drag marks.
I wish it would slide more easy like a tube.
Yeah, I tore the yard up, but all right. She's parked where she'll die. That's it. That's all we got for today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more goofy stuff like this.